Welcome to LuxWorld, where we take you behind the velvet rope and explore how the world's wealthiest are living, thriving, and sometimes maneuvering through challenging times. Today, we're diving into a topic that's shaken the world's elite Russia sanctions. How do they impact the rich and famous? If you think sanctions are just for governments and corporations, think again. These measures have had some serious ripple effects on the lives of Russia's ultra-wealthy, their lavish lifestyles, and the luxury playgrounds they once dominated. Let's start with the basics. Following Russia's involvement in global conflicts, particularly the 2014 annexation of Crimea and the 2022 invasion of Ukraine, nations around the world, led by the US and the EU, slapped heavy sanctions on Russia. These sanctions hit at the heart of the Russian economy, freezing assets, cutting off access to global financial markets, and placing limits on trade and investment. But what does that mean for the billionaires, oligarchs, and celebs with ties to Russia? Well, if you're used to sipping crystal on a superyacht off the coast of Monaco, these sanctions are more than a little inconvenient. Let's talk yachts. The ultra-wealthy Russians have long been synonymous with mega yachts, those floating palaces that cost upwards of $500 million, complete with helipads, pools, and private submarines. But since the sanctions, many of these luxury vessels have been seized by governments or left stuck in foreign ports. Suddenly, your go-to Mediterranean getaway becomes a logistical nightmare. European authorities, particularly in France, Italy, and Spain, have been busy confiscating these yachts, freezing the assets of oligarchs linked to President Putin and his inner circle. Imagine losing your floating mansion overnight. Definitely not a good day for the super rich. Now, let's move from the sea to the sky. Private jets. For Russia's elite, private jets are the preferred mode of transport, but with sanctions in place, access to international airspace has been severely restricted. Major jet manufacturers like Bombardier and Gulfstream have cut ties with Russia, refusing to service aircraft or sell parts to Russian buyers. This has left many private jets grounded, unable to fly to the hotspots of Europe or the US. Picture this. You're trying to jet off to Saint-Tropez, but you're stuck in Moscow because your jet can't legally land anywhere. That's a serious buzzkill for the globe-trotting elite. Speaking of Europe, the luxury lifestyle that so many of Russia's rich and famous enjoyed is now under threat. From shopping on the Champs-Élysées to skiing in the Swiss Alps, sanctions have effectively cut off Russian billionaires from some of their favorite luxury playgrounds. The EU has blocked many Russian nationals from entering its borders, making it difficult for them to visit their mansions in London, Paris, or Milan. For the ultra-wealthy, travel bans and visa restrictions are not just an inconvenience, they're a lifestyle disruption. Can you imagine having a $100 million villa in the south of France but not being able to visit? Then there's the luxury goods industry. Russian oligarchs have long been some of the biggest spenders on high-end items. Think diamonds, designer fashion, rare art, and bespoke timepieces. But sanctions have made it nearly impossible for them to buy from their favorite luxury brands. Major companies like Chanel, Hermes, and Louis Vuitton have suspended operations in Russia, cutting off access to their exclusive products. It's not just about retail therapy anymore. It's about being locked out of the entire luxury ecosystem. For the ultra-rich, having the latest Birkin bag or Patek Philippe watch isn't just a status symbol. It's part of their identity. Now, with sanctions in place, they're having to rethink their spending habits. And let's not forget real estate. The rich and famous, especially Russian oligarchs, have been known to buy up some of the world's most expensive properties, from sprawling estates in the Hamptons to penthouses in New York and London. However, with sanctions freezing assets, many of these properties are now in limbo. Authorities have seized multi-million-dollar homes and apartments across Europe and the US, leaving Russian billionaires scrambling to protect their investments. For the oligarchs, these properties aren't just vacation homes, they're financial safety nets, and losing them means a significant hit to their wealth and influence. But it's not just the oligarchs who are feeling the pinch. Celebrities with ties to Russia, whether through business deals or personal relationships, are facing scrutiny like never before. Some have found themselves in the awkward position of having to distance themselves from Russia's elite to avoid backlash. Others have lost brand endorsements and partnerships due to their associations. In the world of the rich and famous, reputation is everything, and these sanctions have made it clear that even the most luxurious lifestyles can be impacted by global politics. However, it's not all doom and gloom for Russia's wealthy. Many of them are finding ways to adapt. Take the rise of Dubai as a new luxury hub for Russia's elite. With its open-door policy and lack of sanctions, Dubai has become a haven for billionaires looking to escape the restrictions of Europe, and the US-Russian oligarchs have been flocking to the UAE, snapping up luxury real estate and parking their yachts in the city's glittering marinas. For those who can't shop in Paris or London, Dubai offers a tax-free, sun-soaked alternative with all the luxury trappings they crave. Then there's the option of turning to alternative investments. As access to traditional markets dries up, many of Russia's wealthy are putting their money into cryptocurrency, art, and rare collectibles. With assets frozen in the West, they're finding new ways to store and grow their wealth, often in less traditional but equally lucrative sectors. In the world of high-stakes luxury, where there's a will, there's always a way to maintain your status. In the end, while the sanctions have certainly made life more complicated for Russia's rich and famous, they're nothing if not resourceful. From shifting their luxury playgrounds to new regions to exploring creative financial strategies, they continue to find ways to live large, even in the face of global restrictions. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Russia's ultra-wealthy and how sanctions are reshaping their lifestyles. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to LuxWorld for more insights into the extravagant lives of the rich and famous. Turn on those notifications so you never miss a glimpse into the world's most opulent destinations and luxurious trends. Let us know in the comments how you think the wealthy will continue to navigate these challenges, and as always, stay fabulous.